She didn't want anyone to think that he had been driving under the influence when it wasn't the truth. So, if he's in town, why not hook up with him tonight? Because I've been trying to put some space between us, Winter thought to herself. He had called earlier, offering Winter a ride to the game, which she had politely refused, yet now she was regretting her decision. I'm tired of beating my head against a closed door. He only sees me as a friend. Winter had even considered the possibility of him being gay. Treepoint was a small town with old-fashioned morals. He was on several school committees and was even thinking of running for a soon-to-be-vacant seat on the school board. If anyone found out he was gay, he would find himself ostracized. Maybe you just haven't used the right bait. There's not a lot here to bait a hook with, Winter said wryly. She was under no illusions about her looks. She was average height, neither pretty nor coyote ugly, with brown hair and eyes that accompanied a body that was so thin that her friends would bluntly ask if she was anorexic. Even when she loaded herself with carbs, she barely weighed 100 pounds. Don't put yourself down like that. You're really striking, Emily responded. For a middle-aged high school principal, Winter finished for her. Emily began to disagree with her, so Winter decided to change the subject. Since we haven't had a customer in a few minutes, do you mind if I take a break? Not at all. I'll start doing the cleanup, so we'll be ready to close as soon as the game ends. Okay, I won't take long. Emily nodded, already starting to clean the grill. Fixing herself an order of nachos and taking a bottle of water, she left the concession stand. Seeing a small table with a view of the game, she sat, picking at her nachos. Watching the crowd more than the game, she spotted Loker talking to Ben Stiles, a member of the school board. She wondered what they were talking about that had them looking so serious. Winter saw Ben say something before going to the restroom a few feet away, leaving Loker standing alone. She rose from the table, carrying her empty containers to the trash can, stopping in her tracks, when the last riders walked by Loker. The motorcycle club had moved into town 3 years ago. Since then, it had become a familiar sight to see them riding throughout the town on their motorcycles. Every so often, a group of them would attend a sporting event in town. They had so far, to Winter's knowledge, never caused any trouble, other than nailing every female that threw themselves their way. It was the look that Loker was giving one of the women in the group that had Winter coming to a full stop. His usually cold expression had changed into one of predatory intent, and the slight smile on his lips left no doubt as to what he was thinking. The woman was everything Winter was not. She had short, spiked blonde hair and was wearing tight jeans with high-heeled biker boots. Top that off with her white shirt, which was low cut, showing an abundance of cleavage that Loker seemed unable to keep his eyes off, and any doubts she had about his sexual preferences were laid to rest. The woman gave Loker a provocative smile, but kept following behind her friends. Loker continued to watch her until Ben returned, and then his expression once again became an impassive mask. Winter went back to the concession stand, sick with jealousy. Loker had never looked at her the way he had looked at the seductive blonde. She helped Emily finish cleaning up and laughed when she left with a determined look on her face. Then Winter turned off the lights, locked the door, and began to walk towards her car when she saw Loker standing in her path. Busy night? Yes, Winter responded nervously as she started walking briskly towards the parking lot. Loker, calm like always, leisurely followed by her side. Would you like to get something to eat before you go home? No thanks, I'm not hungry, Winter answered. I have to go out.